and welcome to today's edition of Economy Today, your educative and informative program that showcases what is trending in different sectors of the Nigerian economy and how investors and policymakers can benefit from these opportunities. I am Zainab Obetin. Recent developments in the oil and gas industry have revealed that there are diverse projects ongoing aimed at increasing the country's crude oil production in a bid to shore up national revenue. There is therefore the need to utilize in-country's capacities and facilities for optimal service delivery. This, of course, is one of the reasons the Project 100 was launched, to identify with indigenous service companies, empower, upgrade, and build their capacity to ensure they can handle projects that meet international best practice. And so today we'll bring to you exclusive interviews we had with this executive of the beneficiary companies. Michael Asukwa is the Managing Director and Chief Executive of Faithplant Global International Limited. We also have Festus Olaoye, the Managing Director and Chief Executive of Beam Energy Limited, as well as Saint Mube, the Young Tenacious Executive Director of Skymark Energy and Power Nigeria Limited. Stay with us, don't go away.
Faithplant Global International Services Limited is a proudly Nigerian company that offers unalloyed services in haulage, equipment maintenance, civil construction, equipment leasing, amongst others. As a dedicated and dynamic company with a track record of service delivery that meets international standard, it was recently shortlisted as a beneficiary of the Project 100 initiated by Dr. Ibe Kachuku, the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, and supervised by Engineer Simbi Wabote, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB. Michael Asukwa is the amiable Managing Director.
Faithplant was incorporated in 2009, providing support services to construction companies, companies that are into oil and gas, and we also ventured into haulaging and other construction related activities. We have interest in what we are doing, and we have passion for what we are also doing, and that has helped us to build capacity over time to also improve in our service delivery.
With a vision to be a truly indigenous construction and haulage company, covering all fields of engineering and capable of competing with any multinational firm, the organization have contributed in no small ways to the growth of the Nigerian economy.
This platform has offered jobs to Nigerians, which at least the youth restiveness in that direction we're also contributing. And we are believing with the programs of federal government, trying to empower us, trying to educate us. They are trying to expand our scope, creating jobs for more youths. And in the oil and gas industry, I think we've done, by the grace of God, we've done so much, and we intend to do more. We've offered support services for the Nogab project site in Cross River. And by the grace of God, we've done excellently well, and we hope to do more.
Perhaps this hard work earned the organization an enviable position in the Project 100 program.
Project 100 is a wonderful program, one of the programs of this administration that we have commended government for such initiative. The sense of the program is to build capacity to meet those gaps that Nigerians could not provide in the oil and gas sector, and which they've started. And part of the program is to also empower Nigerian companies that are offering services, give them support services to enable them perform well and meet up the demands in the oil and gas industry. And the way they are going about it, I think I must commend them that they are going at the right path. And I believe that in the long run, they will achieve their set goal.
Given the pedigree of the managing director, clients are assured of services that meet global best practice.
Commitment and dedication. Like I said earlier on, passion, and above all, believing in God and putting your trust in God. When you put your trust in God, you're committed to what you're doing and you try to improve every day, there's no way you can fail. There's no way people will not recognize you. You know, a man might tell you a thing today, and what the person is saying might not really replicate who you are. But when you're giving an opportunity to render your services, it gives the entire world the opportunity to know exactly who you are. And that's what's happening with us. We've never failed in any of our projects. In fact, we are always delivering before time. And that's our track record. And we've promised and we are praying every day we will not come short of that.
With a corporate culture of conservation approach but dynamic in service delivery, he speaks further on the Project 100.
The board is doing excellently well. It's a shock that we could be partakers because we got registered to NOGIC, JQS and all of that, which is part of the program of the local content. And one of their requirements was that we should submit all our documents, which we did, and we followed up. And sometime this year, we were invited for the inauguration. I think about 8,000 or 9,900 or thereabout registered, but Faithplant was among the first 60 selected, and we were 19. And we could say, wow, in Nigeria, you don't have a godfather, you don't have somebody who is there to push things for you. So how? I think with the programs of, with what we've seen so far, I don't know what of any of the programs in Nigeria so far that we could compare to Project 100. But I want to use this medium to appreciate the Honorable Minister for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Ibe Kachuku, and also appreciate the Executive Secretary, Engineer Simbi Wabite. He is doing a great job.
As a true Nigerian, Michael Asuko is poised to make meaningful contribution to the growth of the Nigerian economy.
I would say that our today is far more better than when we started. We've reached out to so many groups, so many communities. We've given scholarships. We've given support services to groups and organizations. We've also contributed in the areas of access. We've assisted, like in Cross River State, there was a period where we had challenges coming into Calabar, and Faithplant took it upon itself to ensure that we provide support services free of charge. And currently in our local government, one of the local governments in the state, we've built over 12 bus stops, you know, and we've also given support services in the area of building schools. We've done so much, and we hope to do more as God gives us the grace.
With tenacity and drive, the company believes the future is very bright.
I foresee Faithplant taking over Julius Berger in Nigeria or in Africa. That's my dream. And when I was growing up as a young man, I had one prayer. I said, God, I know you've created me for a purpose, and I know that the purpose of my creation be fulfilled. And one of the core areas I've always been praying and asking God for was engineering. And today, my dreams, I'm seeing them becoming true. By the grace of God, today in Cross River State, we are one of the largest indigenous construction companies in Cross River State. We have over 150 plants and equipment, you know, and we're also in the oil and gas. We are looking forward in doing so many things. We have a quarry plant. We are looking at doing a lot. But like I've said, I'm not even looking at 10 years. 10 years is too far. I'm believing God that between now and the next 2-3 years, the world will hear us. And with the help of Project 100, we believe strongly that we'll get to that level.
Faith Global International Services Limited. Excellent workmanship. Beam Energy Limited was incorporated over a decade ago and specializes in delivering high-quality services to the numerous clients in the area of engineering, civil, water, mechanical and electrical power services, renewable energy services, as well as oil and gas services. Festus Olaoye is the innovative and tenacious Managing Director, Chief Executive.
Beam Energy Limited was incorporated 2003, September to be precise, but we did not start operations until around 2010-11. And we're basically an integrated engineering company, which our specialization has to do with in terms of electrical and power infrastructure, instrumentation, control, and system integration, and fabrication and maintenance services, as well as manpower supply. We've been about almost 10 years now, with about 62 staff. We have office in Paracourt. Our head office is in Lagos, where we are now, and in the next couple of months, in line with the objective of the Project 100, about 5 or 10 minutes away from here, we are setting up a 4-story building, facilities.
Driven by a passion to be the first choice engineering service provider, offering quality world-class and competitive services in a safe manner, the company assures clients of best service delivery.
What has been going for us as Beam Energy Limited is basically our competence and rich experience. With a pool of engineers, professionals, that we have, with rich, diverse experience in all multifaceted projects, that has been a selling point in the sense that we have a pool of people that have worked and on this project that Beam Energy Limited has been working on, and we're able to build up experience more on it and able to even get some of our engineers to actually be trained on it. And the major selling point in terms of our area of competence, in terms of instrumentation, which is part of our core service that we do, electrical infrastructure, maintenance and fabrication. These have been going on. We work with different IOCs, Mobile, Chevron, and what they have been asking, which they've been saying, is that, oh, we did a job recently for Chevron, is at Bagada. After we did the job, initially there was this to say, are you sure? Because that was the first time we were working with them. And are you sure, Beam Energy Limited? And to the amazement of the crew, when their GM came in, engineer with the head of project, they were surprised. And that we did this project within of project time delivery. We are ISO certified. We have been certified by Brevita. So all our processes and procedure are in place.
Operating on the core value of integrity, teamwork, putting people first, customer satisfaction, safety first, job ownership, leadership at all levels. Training is very key for all members of staff for optimal service delivery.
Part of the policy of the company, we have something we call appraiser, and every year we have 2 appraiser. We do it six months, and what this does is that at every point in time, we ensure the performance of our staff, to appraise them, to see what the gaps that we need to do for them. And so, and after the mid-term appraisal, so we'll identify the gaps. So it's a policy of the company that minimum of 1 training for each staff. So, and it's something that has been going for. So with this new Project 100, it has given some of our colleagues even to do 2 more training. But what we do is just to ensure that apart from the in-house training that we do, the external training that will identify the gaps.
Leveraging on the area of core competence, which include engineering, procurement, installation, and commissioning. EPIC, being Energy Limited, a beneficiary of Project 100, highlights some of their expectations.
In line with the set objectives that are actually been laid down and the targeted plans that which they have on the Project 100, our expectation, which as part of what the questionnaire was sent to us now, which we had to fill in to see what are the areas they can come in. Basically, I'm going to list it about 3 or 4. The first thing we are expecting from the organizer and the NCDMB about it is just to open up for indigenous companies in terms of opportunity to be able to bid in some of the projects, because which he has been doing more, but we want you to do more. There are a couple of Sabasaba projects coming up, LNG 27, so many projects, Bonga Southwest is coming up. So we want opportunity for us to be able to say, okay, this company, these are the things that the Nigerian company will benefit from it.
Though a wholly indigenous company, services are provided to meet international best practice. He therefore hopes for contract to create more jobs.
They even sent personnel of Nigerian content here to go in details and to check what all those documentation we submitted, and for them to be able to break it down one-on-one, for us to have a one-on-one with each, the HR, the quality, the HSC, the project, which is a very good development. And the other third one is the training, which they've actually, given us, for us able to send our engineer.
At Beam Energy Limited, detailed attention is paid to costs, excellent project delivery, safety, and unscheduled delivery. Skymark Energy and Power Nigeria Limited is an indigenous oil and gas service company that provides solutions to client needs in the area of diesel supply, marine logistics, and other value-adding services that meet international best practices. Saint Mube is the young and tenacious managing director and chief executive.
Today, you can see that Skymark has been able to acquire a lot of properties and facilities, and we are also working with different OICs. Skymark vision is to become the purveyor of offshore supply and vessel marine service operation in Nigeria and at large West Africa. Skymark has put down strategic goals, and we've also laid down plans. If there is anything we can boast of as of today, is that we have a very good quality management system that has always given us credit to our clients. And we hope that our board of directors are doing marvelously well to make sure that the vision to achieve our goal is not failed.
From the outset, the company ensures that services are rendered to meet clients' budget and major emphasis on quality, efficiency, and timely delivery.
The services we render currently, we are into vessel supplies, we are into diesel bunkering services. I know most people think that bunkering services is illegal and all that, but bunkering services is basically transferring of product from one equipment container to the other, and that's what we do. But this time around, we feature on petroleum product and water supply, lubricants, and we do vessel. We are into logistics and transportation services.
Determined to create a high impact in the oil and gas sector, year on year, the team of professionals are given adequate training to execute their duty effectively.
Skymark have a structure for trainings, and we believe that, like I said earlier on, that the key point is QMS, Quality Management System. Skymark has always hold its anchor point on training personnel that can be able to stand and compete globally, and that is what we stand on, and that is one of our basic strategies in businesses, and that's also why we won this project 100, because we have the system to give us everything that we can get in terms of fair competition.
He tells us more about the company.
Our operational site is strategically located in the Notori oil and gas free zone, and that is an edge over all our competitors, because if you check the current tenders that is advertised by Shell and Mobil, they stated categorically that your facility must be within the oil and gas free zone. So if we have our operational site there, we have a jetty, we have our stacking area for offload and then backloading of equipment, then I think we are fit to compete with any person or any client in Nigeria. In the next 5 years, all parameters being intact as the way we have projected, in the next 5 years, Skymark Energy and Power will become one of the purveyors of oil and of offshore supply services and marine vessel supplies in Nigeria.
St. Mobi also speaks on the Project 100 program.
We had an advert from LNG and to bid for supplies of diesel, and we have to comply because we found out that we qualified with all their requirements. So part of the requirement is that you must be local content compliance. So we have nothing to do, I have to call a meeting and we say, okay, this is the point we need to go into local content and register with them. We went there, we did the registration online, and then everything was successful. We uploaded all our documents and everything. They gave us certificate of compliance. About a year or two, one evening we just got a mail that Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, in conjunction with Nigerian local content, calling for application for call-off. Read the mail, say apply, send everything that you need. He was surprised. I will have to call the meeting again. That this is one of the things that happen in Nigeria and all that. Should we compete? Say, okay, somebody should take up that project and call to find out if it's real. So we made our findings and they said we should submit our documents. We did all of our submissions and everything. Feeling also that it's one of those these things. We keep having mails from them that congratulations that we qualified as one of the beneficiaries. We should come for swearing in for the project launch by January 30th, and it was a great and marvelous opportunity.
For him, it is a step in the right direction.
In terms of bunkering services, the government still have a lot to do, because if you look at the conditions to acquire or to have a bunkering license, it's so rigorous. And I know negatively it's impacting on the economy, it's also impacting on the growth and human capacity development. But positively, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources through the Nigerian Local Content Development Board have done marvelously well, because we are almost going down the drain due to the challenges of taking loan from bank, trying to build capacity to enable us meet up the demand of our clients and all that. But today we are happy that the NCDMB came up, and with the help of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and they came up with this intervention program, and we followed the process, and successfully we are glad that we made it to the end, and it's a very huge impact on us.
With this laudable Project 100 program aimed at supporting indigenous oil and gas companies financially, Skymark Energy and Power Nigeria Limited will no doubt decongest the unemployment market.
And that's our package today. From the discussions in this report and the structures on ground to reinvent the wheel through this Project 100 initiative, Nigeria will indeed witness sustainable growth in the oil and gas industry. To watch our previous episode, you can visit www.youtube.com/Economy Today on NTI. On behalf of the rest of the crew, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor and, of course, our viewers. I am Zainab Obitin. See you again.